Okay, decision making, problem solving. So what is decision making? And we go to the definition first. Decision making is a process for select one course of action among alternative. Maybe you have plan A, plan B, plan C. So you want to choose which one you want to use. That's decision making. In this NABM program, we have another elective course. The course is decision modeling. So if you want to learn more about decision making, it is advisable if you take that course. So it helps you in your decision making in your company. What is problem? Problem is a situation when that doesn't match our desire. Anything that doesn't match our desire is a problem. And in different angle, in the different view, people which has the same desire to that situation, they might think that is not a problem. But if the situation is not into your desire, you might say that is a problem. The same goes to whether we agree or not. If it is in line with our desire, is our needs, so maybe we agree. So if vice versa, we didn't agree. So what we can say that since this is free country, free world, anything is correct, but if it is not in agreement with us, then we can say that it's wrong, or maybe there's a problem. So basically, problem solving in total quality is not about putting fire. This also mentioned by Dr. Deming, even Dr. Juran and Dr. Crosby. It's not about putting fire, but it's about Kaizen, about continual improvement. So instead of putting fire, why don't we find the root cause? So there are two effective problem-solving models. The first one is Deming cycle, that is PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act. This is P, and Toyota Practical Problem Solving. So you can choose whichever you like, whether you want to use Deming or you want to use Toyota one. This is Deming cycle, Dr. Deming. Especially in the ISO 9001-2015, they emphasize on this. You have to show your plan, you define what is the problem, you get information, find root cause, ask fire why. Same, also Toyota also using the same thing. Fire why, how. You develop alternative. You have to weigh alternative. Maybe you can use quality tool. For instance, we can use maybe this metric diagram, maybe, to help us on analyzing our alternative. Then finally, we can find the best solution. For example, here, if you look at to this matrix, how to reduce number of billing error, and these are our alternative, and these are people who should do the task, and it shows that engineers has highest weightage. So meaning to say engineers will do most of the job. And what we want to improve to reduce the billing error. If you look at here, 9, this is, oh, sorry, this is 9, this is 3, 9, 3, 3, 3, 9, 3, 9, 3. This one is 9, 1, 9, 1. So the score for this one is 20. The rest only 12, 12, 6. This one is 6, 12, 12. So what is your alternative? Which one you want to do? To reduce number of billing error? Solution? Izati? What is your suggestion from this metric diagram? Come on, Izati. Don't be shy. Hidayah? Amirah? Are you there?
Prof, meaning that we can put numbers instead of the symbol, right?
Yeah, we can put number instead of symbol
Okay.
because this is just number symbol relates to the score. This is the weightage.
Okay.
So from this score, what is your decision? What is your alternative to solve the problem? Problem is billing error.
Simplify the process. Make the biggest.
Simplify the process because the weightage here is 20. Okay, that's how to use the metric diagram in our problem solving. Okay, so that's the example. We can use metric diagram. Maybe we can use metric diagram. It's up to you. Metric diagram. Then on the do, we implement. So we have planned the solution to solve the problem. Maybe we go back to the previous example, billing error. The problem is billing error. We have find out the file why, when, how. We find out the root cause. Then on the how, we have to propose the alternative. So we use metric diagram for instance. Then from the weightage, from the weight, we found the best solution. So on how to implement the problem just now, simplify the process. So maybe we come out the process map. Then from there, we identify which one we should combine, which one we should eliminate, and so on. We propose new work process. Maybe we find out the solution, then come out dengan propose new work process, workflow. Workflow. So then here we implement the plan, the new workflow. When we implement, we monitor whether we can reduce the billing error or not. So in order to do that, we have to gather the data and analyze the data, whether we have reduced the billing error or not. If the billing error is reduced, good. If not reduced, maybe we have to do the realignment. We realign, we adjust. We adjust, change, or maybe make further improvement, then bring back to our planning. Then we do again. This is how Dr. Deming do the problem solving. Another one is kind of famous problem solving as well. That is what we call Toyota problem solving. What is Toyota problem solving? There is a step here. There is a step 1 to step 7, and also a sub-step. So we begin with the problem. What is the problem we are facing? we clarify the problem. In Toyota practical problem solving, they have aspect of Genchi Genbutsu. Genchi Genbutsu. What is Genchi Genbutsu? Analyze the problem, go to the source, and then find out the root cause. Gen, but this is come from word Gemba. So we have to go to the Gemba, go to the source of the problem. Then observe with open mind. This is a special about Japanese culture. That's why Japanese, if you notice one day, there was advertisement on the TV about HSBC, countries to countries, how they make decision. The quickest decision comes from the West. But when it comes to Japan, it takes very long time to make decision. They consider all factor because they want to observe. They want to observe in open mind. It takes very long time to make decision. Once they have their decision, they will implement it quickly. That's the unique about Japanese decision making. We face one problem with one of our students complain about Japanese university. Why Japanese university give feedback to his complaint very long, take very long time. And then the staff of that university responded to the email, mentioned the same thing. There is a cultural difference. Maybe Malaysia, we are in the middle boundary from west to east. So we kind of fusion. And then the staff of the university mentioned about there is a culture difference. In the east, especially in Japan, they take very long time to make a decision because they want to observe in open mind. So they will see in different angle. If you relate to this one, problem is when it is the situation is not matched or doesn't match our desire. So why don't we look in the different angle? So we might see in the bigger picture. Then make comparison the situation to the standard. Or maybe if we have the ideal state, standard is the ideal state. Or if we have the standard that is governed for something, maybe component, parts, tasks, or whatever, if we have standard. So if we compare with the standard, or maybe if we have SOP, we compare with the SOP. Then from the comparison and from the observation, if we realize no variation, so we have to check on the problem again. Maybe that is not the root cause of the problem. So further do the phi y until we found there is a variation. And then how many variation we have? So if more than one, we have to prioritize which variation we want to tackle. So if you look at here, we have variation. This is in line with what Dr. Deming said. When we have problem, we have to look on the processes. Means the work process, the flow chart. And then find out the gap. Is there any gap? If yes, so we bridge the gap. We bridge the gap. So when we bridge the gap, so that we have to remap the process, eliminate 3M, mudah, muri, and murah, so we can get the process improved. Okay, I go back to this one. After we have find out what we want to improve, we make the priority, plan A, plan B, plan C. Then we set the improvement objective. We set the optimum, the improvement objective, and then we determine what is the point of cost to that particular problem. This is, again, we use 5Y technique. So after we have found the 5Y, the fifth Y, maybe we can use the Pareto, we can use other approach. Then here, the how, develop the countermeasure. And then after we have this is the last one. Definitely, after we have find out the root cause, we identify the gap. So change the standard, change the process. This is how Toyota solved the problem. And this is how Deming solved the problem. More or less the same, but the special thing about Toyota is on the observe with open mind. Genchi Gembutsu principle. This is Toyota principle. When they have problem on the accelerator pedal, the president of Toyota declared, we will, together with the supplier and employees, with our Genchi Gembutsu principle, to find out the root cause of the problem. So observe with open mind. Observe from the customer side, from the supplier, from the employees, from the management, from the government, and so on. They compare situation, check the variation, and then set the improvement objective. Do 5Y, one how on the countermeasure. Have this is the solution, then quickly implement it. We might take time because of Genchi Gembutsu, clarify the problem, observe with open mind, but we get a solid solution. Then we can solve it. That is two types of problem solving technique. And this is the overview of the Toyota practical problem solving. You can read on your own. So in order to help you for the problem solving and decision making, Dr. Deming recommended you to use the tools that we have gone through in the previous lecture. Okay, I think that's all for Toyota